So hello everyone. We can see the concept here is the checkpoint, and it will be very important for your short answer questions in the transaction processing system, which is in at the unit 4. So here the checkpoint in the transaction processing system, we are keeping every log record. So nothing but we are maintaining a log file whenever any kind of transaction failure occurs. We need a recovery system. So this is the best example for maintaining the recovery mechanism or recovery procedure. So here in this recovery procedure, a number of log files we are going to be maintained here. So nothing but in a database system, multiple transactions which are going to be executing. Some thousands or lakhs of transactions are going to be executed. Each and every time we should maintain TI start, TI read, TI write, TI commit and TI end. So likewise, and T2, if T2 starts, a T2 start, a T2 read operation, write operation and commit or abort. So likewise we are going to keep each and every log record. So here in this case, in order to identify whenever a transaction failure occurs in a particular situation, at the nothing but at the intermediary situation, whenever if you are executing multiple transactions, T1 to T10 transactions which are executing, after completion of T5 or T6, immediately the crash occurs or failure occurs. Then what we have to check, how you have to search. So here in this case, in order to search properly without any overhead, so without any time consuming, you are going to implement the efficient search mechanism. Efficiently you can access the desired log record, whether it is read or whether it is write or whether commit. You have to identify fastly. So in order to search very fastly, we are indicating and we are using here the checkpoint concept. So nothing but just in the file organization system, a file, generally a file, a data file consisting of multiple number of files, multiple number of records. So in order to search each and every record, what we have defined, we are defined an index file. So based upon the index file, we are accessing each and every record fastly. In the similar case, this is also log file. We are created the backup file as the log file. In order to search the particular data item, particular read or write of that particular data item of that particular transaction, to access fastly, in order to search fastly, we are implementing the mechanism called checkpoint. So here in this case, how you can implement this checkpoint concept. So here in this case, checkpoint is nothing but here. So periodically you can perform this procedure, and what we have to done in the first you are going to maintain all log records. So nothing but these log records, whatever the log records, nothing but log file is there, the collection of log records are all are generally executing in the main memory, and those can be transferred to the stable storage. Those can be transferred to the non-volatile memory called a disk. So here is nothing but all the buffer data can be transmitted to the disk. So here you can observe the checkpoint. What you have to observe, one more thing, instead of TI start is there, read is there, write is there, commit is there. Along with that, you are going to mark which set of transaction now it currently running, which set of transactions are previously modified. So by using this, we are going to define the current pointer which we are going to be calling it as here the checkpoint. Nothing but this checkpoint which is used to search the particular log record fastly. So nothing but it can eliminate the overhead of the taking more time consuming process. So the less overhead can be defined. So here one thing we may observe, that how you can define the checkpoint means, first thing, if all the log records are specified here, then you can start from the last transaction. You can start from the last. So nothing but last is nothing but here you can start from the backwards. Nothing but you can scan the backwards from end of the log to find the most recent checkpoint. So nothing but you should scan the backward. So till you are going to find out the TI start transaction. So nothing but if TI start is there, TI read write is there, TI commit is there, and TI start is there. Likewise, multiple set of transactions are going to be written here. So in this case, you can observe the last. You are going to scan the data records from backwards. So and you can identify the TI start, first TI start. So nothing but this is the recently executed transaction. So for this purpose, you can eliminate the recently executed transaction, and you can follow before the TI start transaction. So nothing but here is there earlier part of the log can be ignored during recovery. So nothing but, and what we have to start, nothing but earlier transaction is nothing but here you can undo some, simply you don't do anything for this one. And whatever the transactions which we are going to be executed before the TI transactions, in this case you can observe which transaction is committed and which transaction is not yet committed, and you very well know if it is commit means you can execute redo, if it is not commit means you can execute undo. So likewise we may define the checkpoint, nothing but for efficient and fast accessing of the log record we are going to specify a checkpoint. The checkpoint can be observed the recently executed transaction. So if it is, you can scan, you can start from the backwards till till you are going to find out the TI start, and nothing but TI start to the last transaction will be eliminated, and before TI starts you can observe the set of transactions, and based upon that you can observe which transaction is committed and which transaction is not yet committed. Commit means you can execute redo, and if there is no commitments you can execute undo. So likewise you can define the checkpoint mechanism in recovery. So and next one more mechanism. So this is also important for your short answer question. One more mechanism which will be used for in the recovery scheme. So all these are used in the recovery mechanism. So nothing but it can be used in order to restore the state of the database in a consistent manner. So where we have to start, which value we have to restore by using this shadow paging technique is used here. So in this shadow paging technique, what we have to do, already we discussed in the implementation of atomicity concept. So there is a database pointer. The database pointer is pointing to the old copy, and after that is pointing to the new copy. Before update means pointing to the old copy, after update means it is pointing to the new copy. If it is updated, it is pointing to the new copy means old copy is get deleted. The same concept, the similar concept is applied in the shadow paging technique here. So here in this case we are implementing a sample page table here. So here it is a page table, so indicating nothing but all the pages, nothing but if it is properly updated, all the pages which are going to be updated on the disk here. So here in this case you can observe the pages on the disk, nothing but these are the pages updated here. So here in this example we should see the current page table, and the next one is shadow page table. So if all the data, so this is the disk, so nothing but a database system, and the current page table means this is the memory which what we are going to be executed currently on the memory. So nothing but if the current page table is going to be properly pointing to the pages on the disk means here all the data which is going to be pointed to the page on the disk. So nothing but if it is committed, then automatically which page is going to be created, shadow page table is going to be created, nothing but, so before update means it is pointing to the pages on the disk. So after update means here there is a new copy will be generated. What is the new copy here? What we are going to be calling it as the new copy. The new copy is going to be calling it as a shadow page table. If the shadow page table is also pointing to the page on the disk, then it means the transaction is properly committed. So likewise, if it is committed means already the data value is going to be updated on the disk. So you can restore with the new value. So nothing but whatever the updated value is there, the updated value can be defined on the disk. So here in this case, if observe whether it is failed or not. So the simple best example here is for every current page table, a shadow page table will be created. So if it is the current page table data is pointing to the disk, and similarly the shadow page table is also pointing to the disk, it means both are updated here. So here updated means the data is going to be properly committed. So committed means here then the transaction is properly updated on the disk, changes are done in the disk. So before update means if it is pointing to the disk but the shadow page table is not pointing to the pages on the disk means, so the transaction is not yet committed. Why? Because only it is pointing to the old copy but it is not pointing to the new copy means then there is no commit for that particular transaction. In this case what we have to do, you have to simply execute the undo operation. So likewise we have to define the shadow paging technique. So here A shadow paging technique, simply it is an alternative mechanism for log based recovery. So here also the same thing which you can observe is maintaining the shadow page table. Based upon that, you are going to identify whether the particular transaction is committed or not. If the shadow page table is also pointing to the page on the disk, means it is committed. So likewise, it is pointing to the new copy and it is pointed to the disk. So then there is no problem. If it is shadow page table is not pointing to the disk, only current page table is only pointing to the disk, means it is restore. It is only it should be pointing to only old copy. No new copy is there, means it is not yet committed. So likewise, simply you can observe the before commit and after commit. So before commit means it is not current page table is not pointing to the pages on the disk. So after commit means both current and shadow page table both are pointing to this page on the disk. So likewise, we can identify the technique of shadow paging, and this is similar to the implementation of atomicity, like database pointer pointing to old copy and new copy. Similarly, the same concept is going to be applied here also. Thank you.